Agile is a way of developing software in very small chunks so that we can take something really big and solve a micro problem in a very short period of time.
What we do in Agile is we constantly talk to our users, find out what they need, we give them things that we've already built and say, does this meet your needs? And then we use Agile methodology to adjust what we've built to better meet what demands of the system are.
So the way that we can think about it is if we know that we have to go from point A to point B, our Agile team might start in a 2-week period by giving the user a skateboard. That skateboard might be a little bit slow when they start trying it, so we realize we need to enhance that and add a motor. We continue this cycle of getting feedback, and so over the course of 1 or 2 months, we're able to realize that the user's needs have changed and that maybe they actually need a passenger vehicle. So now we're able to add seats, add doors, and we eventually realized that instead of needing a vehicle to get from point A to point B like a Jeep, they needed a bus to get from A to B. In traditional development, we would have built a Jeep and handed it to them and realized that that Jeep was not sufficient to meet their needs. So what we've been able to do in this instance is save money, save time, and ultimately solve the real problem that the users had that they may not have even known they had until they saw something in front of them and were able to identify their own problem.
One really great example is we don't start development on any one piece without getting executive buy-in first. If I go to the ministry executive and I say, hey, we want to build this piece, and they say, oh, we don't like that, we don't need it, we're able to pick up and move to the side and do another piece really quickly.
The counter example is that in Agile, what we do is show our users individual pieces along the way so that we never complete a fully functional product without having them try the individual pieces and determine if it's right.
And because we have ministry executive buy-in before we build anything, we're very successful when we release the actual software pieces.
Mine's Digital Service is one of the largest scaled Agile projects in government, and we are solving incredibly complex, legacy-based problems, as opposed to what you'd often see in smaller Agile projects where you're just producing a small proof of concept.
A good example is when we started this project, we had one end goal in mind, and we have shifted several times to say, oh, this is something the users actually really want. We didn't understand the problem at the start of this. We have built a proponent upload portal so that Minds can interact with our ministry staff and send information to them digitally without us having to collect it in person or an email. Just this week, I got a call from a Mind saying, how long until you have this built because I want to use the system so I can interact with it. People aren't asking, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? They're asking, when can we use it? How soon can we get on board? And they're trying to buy into what we're doing.
One of the great ways we've used Agile and engaged our team is through a hackathon. We take 2 days out of our very busy schedules and let our teams solve whatever problem they think is the most complex and interesting, where their job is to pick something really cool that we may not be able to fit into our regular day-to-day and solve it in a very short, concise period of time. For me as a leader, it allows me to not only get engaged with what it is that they're delivering and the people that we're delivering it for, but it gives me pride to come to work and see them passionate about what they're doing.